Alright, hey, I'm Jesse, and this is Ian, and today we're going to show you how to rig up a Byte. So this is how your boat's going to look when you get it off the rack, and you want to get a couple things before you start. Make sure you have your blade bag, your sail, your two-part mast, and your boom. You want to check inside your blade bag to make sure that you have a few things. You want a rudder assembly, including the rudder and the tiller, your dagger board, and then you're going to look in this pouch, and there should be a few lines, including your halyard, your main sheet, and part of your outhaul rig. And you're also going to have this gooseneck. Okay, so first things first, we want to take the halyard and set up our mast. We have to connect the two-part mast by aligning this bead line here, and it should fit pretty smoothly. The next thing we're going to do is run the halyard up to the top. So you want to run your halyard through the top of this pulley from the side where the bead is, and it might fit a little snug. Pull it through about halfway, and then cleat it here on this clam cleat. Okay, and we're ready to step the mast now. Ian's going to demonstrate stepping the mast, and this should be done solo, unless it's really windy, and then you can get a friend to help.
And as you lower it down into the mast step, you want to make sure it doesn't clunk too hard, because you could punch right through the bottom of the boat.
So, once you get the mast up, then it's time to thread the sail through the bead. Okay, so find the head of your sail, it's the bead on the one side, and you follow your leech down, and you can see the battens here. And Ian's going to tie a bowl-in using the proper end of the halyard.
Yep. You want to make sure to keep your eyes aloft so that things don't get tangled. Make it fast here.
And smoothly raise it up. Make sure that the nose of your boat is pointing into the wind for this step, and make sure that your sail is going to be allowed to flap freely.
And so once you got the halyard all the way to the top, you can take the end you've been pulling on and slip it between the jaws of the cam cleat up there at the top.
You can clip it in the clamp right there, and then temporarily dress your line at the bottom.
And just as on the laser, there's a peg here on the mast that sticks out, and the boom has got a hole that peg fits right into. So we'll just go ahead and slide it on there. I guess the first line that we probably want to rig up then is our main sheet. So I'm going to put a bowl-in around this in here. I'm going to run up to the smallest of the two rollers. This is a scale. Back down this guy through the top of here. And when you run it through the main deck block here, you want to make sure that it's going to be ratcheting as you sheet in. And if it's not ratcheting at all, then flick the switch so that it is. Alright, what's next, Jesse?
Next we're going to run the outhaul assembly. Unthread the outermost line on the 3 sets of clam cleats here. And pull it out from, make sure all your other lines are out of the way. And you're going to want to make sure that you feed this line through this block, keeping sure to follow this line here. We're going to come up over here, leave a small loop.
Grab the second component of the outhaul here, and we have to feed it onto the one that's already on your boat.
So take the block that doesn't have the shackle pin on it.
Not this one.
Not this one, but this one. And feed your line, keeping your assembly on the bottom half of the boom. And then you're gonna feed this loose end back through the block on the other side of the boom. And and then down the foremost block on the base of the mast, and then back through your outer clam cleat. And be sure to put your stopper back on. Next, we want to attach the Cunningham or downhaul. Make sure it's on the outside of all these other lines and attach it to the grommet at the foot of the sail. And then you can snug down on the center clam cleats. There's 3 clam cleats here. Your line on the outside of the boat is your outhaul. It follows back and will eventually attach to the foot of the sail. Your center line is your downhaul or your Cunningham, and it goes up here and attaches to the foot of the sail. And your inside line is your boom vang, and it's going to eventually come here and attach to your boom on the water. Next, we want to attach our dagger board and our rudder, and then we'll be ready to drop the boat in the water.
Right on in there. And then I'm going to leave this line loose right now so that the rudder can tilt up. I'm going to pop it onto the transom of the boat here, pintles to gudgeons, and there's this little tang here that's going to just pop over the top of this lower pin to hold the rudder to the back of the boat, which is our first line of defense when it comes to keeping the rudder off the bottom of the lake. The second line of defense is this little umbilical cord. I'm just going to stick it right through this bracket and tie a cheesy knot. Maybe I can pull a bull one off. Looks like I can.
You say tie a cheesy knot?
I said tie a cheesy knot, but now I've tied a bull one.
Tie a bowline.
I didn't think there was going to be enough line.
Okay, next we're going to attach our center board. And for now we're just going to lay it in the boat and attach it with a bowline to the eye cleat at the front at the base of the mast.
Hi, I'm Sam. We're gonna go sail this Byte. First thing before launching is making sure that this bailer is closed and locked up. Drop it in.
The first thing Sam's going to do is affix his rudder in the down position and make sure it's tied down. Next thing Sam's going to do is attach the boom. So run it through the sleeve at the rear of the mast first. Attach it to the pin at the front of the mast. Okay, and attach the boom vang, which is the yellow line. Next, Sam is going to attach the outhaul to the rear of the boat and affix it to the back of the boom with the bowline. Next, Sam is going to tighten his outhaul, drop his dagger board, clean up his main sheet, and he's ready to sail.
Yeah, look for something that won't slide.
Oh, Sam, do you know how to sail?
Yeah, I do.